Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be doing some sealed War of the Spark. Now, limited is not something that I do very often. Like, you can look at my profile to see that I just straight up don't play limited at all. But we're going to do it today as kind of a very late pre-releasey kind of thing, so yeah, I don't play much limited, as I mentioned, so if I do make any horrendous mistakes, don't shout at me too loud, I guess. But yeah, we're going to be opening 6 14-card War of the Spark booster packs. I think each pack is guaranteed to have a Planeswalker in it, similar to the way that paper works. And we've got to build ourselves a 40-card deck, play our games, and then see what we can get. So it's 2,000 gems to actually enter this. So 2,000 gems for 6 packs is, you know, it's fine. We need to make up 800 gems worth of packs off of our winnings. So to get 800 gems worth of packs, we have to get to like 2 to 3, I guess. Because you get 3 packs for winning as well. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's get into it, shall we? And see how we do. Yes. Alright, open 6 packs to craft your sealed deck. Let's do it. So I think this shows you just all of the rares and mythics that you get from your packs, which can give us... Oh no. Oh no. Gives us an idea of what we'll build. So, let's put it this way. Worst rare in blue. Probably the worst rare in Selesnya. An underplayed Golgari card, an underplayed black card, a very expensive and unreasonable white card, and a very expensive green card. Good start. This is why I don't play limited. Alright, so this is going to be awkward because I hate this deck building screen, honestly. It's clunky to begin with. So I guess we're playing like at least green, because this card's not the worst. We can make loads of token citizens, and this seems like it could do some good stuff as well. A 5/4 with trample seems good for 4 mana. Can get back a creature or planeswalker card. So we could do like green black perhaps, but we kind of have to see if the rest of the cards will actually support that. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Just looking through the other colours just to have an idea. We got Kaya's Ghost Form, which seems pretty reasonable at keeping the card that you want around. You enchant a permanent that you like, and if it dies or gets put into exile, which is basically the only ways that things are going to die into this format, I would imagine, then you get to bring it back, so we can keep Storev alive. So I really like that card. Remove 5 counters from an artifact, creature, planeswalker, or opponent. So we can kill planeswalkers with it. It seems like it's going to get some good use. Counters from creatures might have some value because of proliferate. Let's just do green-black for you. See what we can see. Creature control have menace, and you can amass 2 twice. I suppose amass is a thing, so honestly, this Price of Betrayal seems like it should get some value. I'm not liking the look of our card pool, though. It's looking like we'll probably have to splash a 3rd colour. Oh, we got an Arlinn. We could do Abzan, and then we've got Tolsimir, who makes a wolf, getting some value off of Arlinn. Yeah, let's try Abzan. Let's add white to the pool. Did we get anything good? I mean, we can play Parhelion. Should we just, like, play all of the rares we got? Oh, that seems like how I'm gonna have to do it. Do we have any lands? We didn't get any guild gates or anything. We got gateway plazas. Could be okay. Got some double greens, double blacks. All of our doubles, though, are quite late game, so we should basically have the colours we want by that point. I would have thought, but we'll check that later once we've actually finished building the deck. Alright, let's have a look-see. Defiant Strike, is a cantrip. I don't think I want to put in a cantrip that just does +1/+0. We don't have feather, so it's basically the only payoff for this card, I think. Battlefield promotion, 2 mana, put a counter on a creature. That creature gets first strike, and you gain 2 life. Could be okay. We can use the proliferate side of Celebration, although I'll probably never use it for that. It's probably going to be Citizens, life gain, or permanence. I think proliferate is going to be the last one we use. But you never know. I might want that. I think we're definitely playing Angrath. He amasses 2. He puts 4 power on board and gives my creatures menace, which is really good with Storev and his trampling. We can now play Nahiri because we're in whites. As long as it's your turn, creature control have first strike and equip abilities. Nah. And she is removal. Yeah, sure, why not? Prevent all damage that will be dealt to and by target permanent opponent controls and attacks on instants, artifacts, and sorceries. I don't think Dovin's worth bringing in, to be honest. Mana fixing on the Leyline Prowler seems good. 5 mana, 5/3 with Hexproof. Hexproof is really powerful. 3 toughness, not so much, but we'll probably end up running that all the same. Up to 2 target creatures you control deal damage equal to their power to another creature. So this is removal in probably a creature deck. We need to actually start adding some creatures. We've got a lot of high-end stuff, but nothing too crazy at the moment. A 3 mana 3/2 that can't be blocked by 1/1s. Or 2/2s, I guess. Mana Dork, also probably really good at fixing. I don't know if I want to go too hard into the Mana Dorking, though. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on things, essentially. We're running more Planeswalkers now, so it could be a little bit more than just 2 +1/+1 counters. We've got a lot of proliferating to do. We've got the Amass tokens. We've got our Nahiri and our Angrath, which we get an extra use of their abilities, kind of, with the proliferate. So maybe we want to do that. 4 mana 4/4 that proliferate seems fine, though. A 2/4 for 4, not so much. A 2 mana 1/3 with reach. When it blocks a creature with flying, it becomes a 3/3. That seems pretty good. I like that card. Alright. Let's have a look at our black cards for now. Reveals their hand, you discard it. Yeah. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It's a mana sink for 7 mana. It's 2 mana 2/1 though. Creature gains indestructible. Could be useful. Yeah. Exile a creature, then proliferate. Sure, why not? Creatures gain vigilance. 4 mana 3/3 with vigilance. Maybe. We're at 32, so we need 8 more cards, essentially. Whenever another creature or planeswalker you control dies, put a counter on it. That seems like it could get out of hand. You put a creature on a counter on a creature we control. Yeah. Ooh, you don't seem too bad. 6 mana to Anthem our creatures. Could be okay. We don't really have a go-wide strategy, but it is a 2 mana 1/3 flyer anyway. And I think flyers are kind of something other than the Snare Spinner that we're quite weak to. So we'll keep that in there. It's also, with the Rising Populace as well, we've got some more proliferate synergy right there. Decent removal. Cool. 5 more cards to go. So it looks like our Abzan deck's kind of pretty good. The auto mana's kind of balancing out our mana as well, which is nice. So yeah, we're not doing too bad in these colours, I guess. I don't know about Giant Growth. I guess it could be okay. How's our creatures doing? 10 creatures. So a quarter of our deck is creatures at the moment. I'm not really sure what the stats are as far as balancing goes, but we'll bring in the Crocodile. It seemed reasonable. Well, not blown away by this card, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, I feel like I just want more creatures and removal. Bring in the band together. So we got some big dudes that can fight now. And it actually is only up to 2 target creatures. So it can be a 3 mana, 1 creature fights another. And it's not actually fight, it's deal damage. So, you know, we got some high-powered creatures here that could do some stuff. A 2 mana 2/1 that has first strike on my turn. Maybe. When it attacks, target attacking creature without flying gains flying. That seems sick. Let's get that in there. 2 more cards. I might bring this in. It's sorcery speed, which kind of sucks. I would have liked it as more of a combat trick. Similar to, like, Giant Growth. A 6 mana 3/6 that could probably stall the board out. Gains us 5 life as well. A curve is not really much of a curve, so I'm kind of thinking we want to have more lower to the ground stuff. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on this. So it's a 2 mana 2/1 with trample. The 4 power creatures get buffing it on our side. How do we do for 4 power creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it, basically. 4 creatures. Yeah. Me. You don't seem bad. Power 2 or less. Seems like it'd be unblockable quite a lot of the time. So let's stick that in there. And then we need one more card. Artifact Hate doesn't seem worth it. When it dies, Proliferate. What about, yeah, this kind of seems okay. +1/+1 and give First Strike as a bit of a combat trick. Yeah. Then we got a nice balanced mana base. I think we can do alright without the guild summits, or whatever they were called, gateway plazas. Because we do actually have a lot of 1 and 2 drops that we want to be playing, so there's not really a good opportunity for us to play this. And I don't think we'll get colour screwed all that much, because a lot of our doubles are right at the end of the deck, so we should have our lands by then. One would imagine. Yeah, who's going to be our face? I think Storev will be my base for my deck. But maybe Tolsimir could do some stuff. Yeah, we got a bit of a wolf synergy. Our rares were absolutely garbage, so I think if any of our opponents end up having like a rare planeswalker, we just lose on the spot, but you know, gotta work with what we're given, and I think that's what we're being given. What are our off-color stuff before we actually, I never looked at artifacts, did I? Never looked at these. Ugin's Conjurant. You know what? You're not bad, actually. Yeah, bring you in. You don't seem worth it. Enter the battlefield, look at the top card of your opponent's library. Yeah. That could be mana fixing. It's a scry. Again, I just don't know if we need it. If I had something like Guild Globe that drew a card, then that could be okay. And you lose 1 mana to filter mana. Yeah, I want to fit Ugin's Conjurant in here, actually, because I completely forgot about the colourless. While I'm doing that, let's show you the blues. Is there anything in there? Kazmina is kind of cool. It's the one that kind of sticks out. This is garbage. Hate it. It's awful. Flux Channeler is kind of notable. Stealth Mission is notable. I'm also looking at these cards so I can try to remember the things that will kill me later. And yeah, it looks like red is a wash on that one. There's just nothing really here, except for, I guess, Sarkhan's Catharsis. Getting Lava Axed could be a bad thing. Alright, so what are we cutting? Yeah, I think, although this does hit our board, I feel like we're only going to really cast it when it's in our favour anyway. And it looks like in like limited, this should just completely wipe the board, and board wipes are few and far between a lot of the time. So we got 14 creatures. Could be a bit low. Instant sorceries. Yeah, I think it's fine, to be honest. I don't know what I want to cut, though. Plenty of removal. A little bit of evasion here and there. Could be Price of Betrayal. It's very situational. But I feel like the situation is that we're in a format where there's always planeswalkers. Everybody's got them. So it's never going to be dead completely in a matchup. It just could be stuck in our hand for a little while. And at the very least, if we just like look at the planeswalkers we've got, you can't really use your planeswalkers without just immediately losing them to Price of Betrayal, so it seems like it should be good. Let's just cut... It's so tough. Snare Spinner, I guess? Since we have flyers. Yeah, I kind of added this in when it was like just going to be green-black, and therefore we didn't really have any flyers, but now we have like War Screecher. We have a fair bit of removal in the air with our Trusted Pegasus as well to bring our Rising Populace up. I think it's going to be a pretty decent deck, actually, all things considered, but nice even mana base. I like it. Alright, this one's done. So, let's have a look-see. We need to make up about 800 gems worth of victory. We're already 200 gems on our reward, so that's 600 gems. So how many packs is 600 gems? 3 packs. So, yeah. Shouldn't take us too much to actually get exactly what we want. In fact, we kind of already do, don't we? We get our money's worth straight off the bat. Sealed seems like really good value anyway. But, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the game, shall we? And I'll see you there. Alright, so we're missing white, but we do have one of our rares, Storev, here. We can do some good stuff. We don't really start until turn 3, but we're on the draw. I think I can take this hand. Sketchy. Yeah, as I mentioned in the introduction, not really much of a limited player, so I don't really know too much of what to expect from my opponents. Or from the format, really. It's still quite fresh to me. So I could probably think of a few things off the top of my head, but like more limited, only playable cards are just gonna probably go right over my head, I would imagine. So let's not take this as a limited tutorial, let's say. It's certainly limited, but you know. So do I want to make this as a 2/2? I kind of felt that it was going to be one of those late game mana sink kind of things. I don't think I want a 2/2 just because of the Wall of Runes. It's just not going to get me anywhere. So we'll just pass and then we'll play Arlen Wolf, I guess. Gonna need some white mana for Pegasus. I'm not too fussed about that being right now though. Let's just do that, do that. Next turn, play Storev, who can go right through the Wall of Runes. Oh no, my mouse has died. God dang it, production value. 2 seconds, guys. Ah. What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh god. He did a thing. And now I'm trying to do a thing. Alright, we got white mana. Good stuff. Okay. So we might as well drop down Storev, right? Can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Gutted. Let's swing with our Arlen Wolf. 3 points. Getting in. Good stuff. Play Storev. As a 5/4 with trample. Seems good to me. Eventually we can play like Trusted Pegasus. And we can make him flying. And I think that should just do it. Opponent looks to be color screwed. Alright, well, get swinging. So as far as removal's concerned, there's like Kasmina's Transmutation. I'm sure there's a few bounce spells along the way. I think there's like a 3 mana dispersal that amasses 1. Those are the ones that I know about. Pump spells, I guess he could have Giant Growth here. No, just blocking the damage. Makes sense. Alright, so let's play the Pegasus so that my opponent can't block on the ground next turn. If it comes to it. And I could play Conjurant as a 2-2, and it's going to be a 3-3 when Bloom Hulk comes down, so I think that's about the time when I want to do that. Good stuff. As far as counters are concerned, I think there's a 3-mana counter anything, amass one, something like that. God, Eternal, Kefnet. Well, aren't you a big boy? Okay. So how do we want to do this? Because I really do want to kill Kefnet, and I can by swinging in with Storev. And then you take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the Bloom Hulk. I think that's worthwhile. So we trade off Storev for God Eternal Kefnet. We're kind of on the clock now. Doesn't really matter where I put this, to be honest. Sure, whatever. Doesn't really matter where I put that, because he's always going to block the Storev. And then we hit him for a hell of a lot. This goes 3 from the top, so he's probably not going to see that for the rest of the game. That is not what I expected. I guess he wants to try and top deck, because he knows that this isn't going to help him going back into his deck. But now he's on 3, and 3 of our 4 creatures here present lethal on their own. So he's going to need something good. Also, if Storev deals combat damage now, we actually get to bring back Ugin's Conjurant, which is kind of nice. He was not going to do that, though, because 5 toughness on Kefnet here. We'll make sure of that. Spark double on Kefnet, and that'll do it. Yep, okay. So, block 2, take 5 here. Yep. Ooh, that was pretty dominating towards the beginning. Towards the end, they were on the verge of, oh yay, gems. They were on the verge of actually maybe stabilizing if they had a better life total, but yeah, having like 2 Kefnets out, one with a counter is pretty good. So now we get 400 gems and 3 packs back. Pretty good. We're kind of on the verge of already gaining profit from this event. What's 7, by the way? 2,200 gems. Pays for your thing entirely. And all of your packs are free. You can get that if you get to 6 as well. Yeah, Sealed seems to have some really good value. It's probably why they don't have it on throughout the entire season. But, yep, next game. Okay, let's have a look-see. We got Rising Populace and Snare Spinners, so we have a turn 2 and turn 3 play. Removal in hand, and decent mana, so can't see why I would not keep this hand. Let's just lead with the Forest. I don't think it particularly matters. Battlefield Promotion, okay, well, green-white, drop down Snare Spinner. 1/3 that can become a 3/3 if it blocks creatures with flying. Should be noted, it doesn't say if it is blocked by a creature with flying, so if we were to attack here, it would not become a 3/3 because it's only when it blocks, not when it is blocked. So there is that. We could Battlefield Promotion to turn it into a 2/4, but that stops me from playing Rising Populace. And my opponent's not going to be doing any proliferating with the Skydiver anytime soon, so I might as well just add to the board, I guess. I don't think I need to ramp with the Leyline Prowler, but I suppose maybe a Death Touch Lifelinker was pretty reasonable. Yeah, just pass the turn. I was thinking about attacking with my Snare Spinner just to see if my opponent also misread the card, and maybe we could get a free point in, but I just don't think it's worth it. Alright. So let's just get attacking, shall we? Let's do just a Rising Populace, I guess. Because we can do the Battlefield Promotion. Creature gains first strike, so it'd be a 3/3. We first strike and the other one doesn't kill it. Yeah. Cool. And then play the Prowler. Ley Lane Prowler with first strike. Good God. Now that's a thing. For those who don't know how First Strike and Death Touch work together, Death Touch basically says any amount of damage is enough to kill it. So if my opponent was to triple block, yeah, sure. If my opponent was to triple block and I gave it First Strike, it would deal 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage at First Strike speed, killing all 3, and then it would do normal damage. So pretty good all in all. How the hell do we do this? So we've got the Wanderer's Strike. We don't have any counters, so I'd like to promotion first. So with promotion in mind, I guess we could... Why don't you have Vigilance? Let's do like Rising Populace, get it in there. Yeah. I want to keep his stuff back, to be honest, but this'll do. Yeah. He's just not afraid to block me because he's on a high enough life total, which is absolutely correct. Could get rid of his Naga Eternal, but I think I'd rather have the Battlefield Promotion and the Divine Arrow open. Pollen Brights can proliferate or put a counter on something. Probably wants to go and put a counter. Yeah, because now the double proliferate off of the Skydiver. That 5 mana is now becoming worth it. And that creature can't be blocked. Okay. So, do we want to take 5? We can Divine Arrow, I suppose, right now. And then use Wanderer's Strike on the Skydiver. Pretty good. Bloom Hulk. Yeah, I definitely want to get rid of this now, because it's just too much value. It's going to turn the Centaur Nurturer into a way bigger of a threat. So, I think we'll just take the opportunity now to just Alpha Strike my opponent. Could really do with some counters on my creatures for this Bloom Hulk, but we do have the Battlefield Promotion that we can enable one with. If one of our creatures dies, then the Populace is going to get one as well. Can't be blocked. Oh boy. 3/5 that can't be blocked. So, let's see. I guess we'll go in with the Leyline Prowler. See if we can get a Battlefield Promotion hit here on the Skulker. It's kind of telegraphing that we do have a combat trick, though. Since normally the Prowler would die to the Skulker. But I could also be just trying to offer a trade-off with a creature that's a lot more valuable than our own. Play the Druid and pass. It'd be nice if this untapped creatures, because then we could really get them with the Prowler. That would have been a wonderful combo. So we're at 23 and they're at 12. Life total, not particularly relevant, but it does give us potentially a situation where we can pressure our opponent more than they can for us. And just pumping up the Skulker now so that they can have an unblockable threat. This game is basically never coming down to a stone wall, because they will always win it because of that Skulker. Even having a 4/6 now as well is disgusting. Okay. So I could lose one of my creatures to pump the Populace, put the counter on it, put a counter on another one of our creatures as well. And then Bloom Hulk does some good stuff. It's a bit of a weak use of the promotion though, but I don't think we're going to get a good use of it anymore, because the 1/1s are the only thing that we're going to be really blocking here. So I'm going to put the Paradise Druid, give it a counter. That way it can just do more than just block a Pollen Bright Druid. And then we're going to block 5 damage here to put a counter on the Populace. And then this Bloom Hulk adds a little bit more value to us now. which isn't too bad. So, proliferate our own stuff. Even got the trusted Pegasus. But I think we want to take advantage of our opponent not having much here and just go for that swing that I mentioned. Yeah, just getting some chump blocks. They're at 6 now. Trusted Pegasus should close out the game if they don't have an answer to it. Since we can give flying to another creature and the 2 power alone, we'd basically just have to bring over a 4 power creature. So now we use our life total as a resource, taking any damage that we don't actually have a profitable block in. So, don't know why they're not attacking with the Centaur. I guess they are a little bit afraid of just dying on a backswing. That's not terrible. So we'll do the Trusted Pegasus. So this enters the battlefield. Each other creature you control gains trample until the end of the turn. So no more trample. Do I want to fire off the Price of Betrayal now? We basically only take 2 counters off of a creature that's not actually necessary in the success. I think actually swing with the Prowler. Just to trade off either the Pollen Bright or one of the 4 power creatures if they feel like it. I really don't care if they block anything here. But it's just an extra point. That might mean the future Prowlers attacking are forced to be blocked. The Pegasus could then therefore be the only creature that's actually necessary to swing over. And we pump up our Populace as well to make it bigger than the Centaur Notra. So I'm leaving Price of Betrayal basically just for any Planeswalkers or maybe creatures in the air that could block, that also have counters. Take the 5. Quarter of our life total is a lot, but I think we've got them here. They need to be able to tap down all of our 4 power creatures here. Or gain life. Can they gain life? Maybe. So I don't think they could. I suppose they could have had the band together there. So I wanted to put the Kaya's ghost form on Pegasus here because I think it's instrumental in us actually winning. And yeah. Pretty good. We managed to get there. That was really sketchy though. They had the stone wall breaker, so we had to pressure them there. Managed to pull it off though. And now we're 2-0. 600 gems. I think I've made all of my gems back essentially. That is if you were planning on spending your gems on packs anyway, which is exactly what I was going to do. So pretty good. Pretty good. Next roadblock is 1,200 gems actually. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so we have Snare Spinner on 2, no black mana, and a lot of our expensive stuff, so if our opponent's even slightly aggressive, we just lose. I think I can just take a mulligan here. And this one's looking a lot better. We got the Paradise Druid on 2, guaranteed the Rising Populace on 3, since this has hexproof, it can't be interacted with. And then we even have the band together to have them to fight together to kill something. Tolsimir as our late game. Seems reasonable. I guess I'll just take a land if it's on top, but Leyline Prowler's really good as well. It's probably better than Rising Populace. I'm just a little worried about mana screwing myself. But he's so good. I think I'll take it. It's greedy. Certainly greedy, since Paradise Druid is the only way we can actually cast that card. But this has hexproof when it's untapped, so it's not really an issue. And we managed to actually get another land, so I'm happy about that. So we can cast the Populace now regardless of the Paradise Druid. And I think I'll just do that. So I want to get him for 2 while I still can. So swing in with the Druid. Get the early game beats while they're there. And then play the Populace so that we have some protection somewhat against removal. Erratic Visionary. Okay. So it is a 1-3. We can do Tolsimir here and have the wolf it creates fight the visionary. What is this thing? 2 mana to loot. So it could help him dig out of a tough spot. I think I'm going to add 6 power to the board, to be honest. Have that fight that. Oh my god! What is this deck doing to me? It looked terrible on the face, but maybe that's just my constructed eyes looking at a limited format and thinking that it's terrible because we've got some of the worst rares in the set, but yeah, it's 3-0 now, so it must be at least reasonable. I know some of the like removal choices we've got are pretty good, so yeah, I guess take it. 3-0 next game. Alright, we're in, and no green mana and an all-green hand is sketchy. We can play the Conjurant, but it's not a card that I really want to play as a 1-1, to be honest. It's no Walking Ballista, unfortunately, so we're going to mulligan that one away. And this one needs green, but I can play the Populace. Any green off the top makes me play one of my best multicolored cards. Yeah, let's take it. I think we bottom anything that's not a forest. So, swamp to the bottom. And basically just hope that we get the lands we need in time, and that our opponent's not too aggressive. A lot of blue going around today. Is blue really good in limited? Who knows. Alright, so no green. I'm scared, officially. We've got the Rising Populace down. We can swing in for 2 if they don't play a creature here, but they probably will. Ooh, Bant colours? Okay. We got the Divine Arrow. Well, I'm going to swing. I don't really care if they remove anything. I don't think there's any flash creatures, so I don't have that to worry about. I just need a green mana and this entire hand opens up. Just 1 green. Centaur Nurturer. And more green. Alright, it's looking like we're just going to lose to mana Colour Screw here, which was a thing that I had concerns about. Tolsimir. And there's Ugin's Conjurant. Put that in as a 5/5. It's not bad. It's what I hoped for this card, to be honest. So this is a 5/5, but if any damage would be dealt to it, it's done instead in basically -1/-1 counters, in a nutshell. It removes that many counters. Attacking me for 3 would turn my Conjurant into a 2/2 and therefore couldn't block anything good. I feel like I might save my Conjurant for something better. Use it to deal with little creatures. Oh, thank Christ for that. Well, now I actually might start doing some weird swings along the way. Let's get Storev in here. And yeah, pass. So we want, like, Ugin's Conjurant to actually die so Storev can bring it back to hand. And we can keep recasting this Conjurant as a more powerful version of itself every other turn. So what's next, opponent? We've kind of set up a roadblock. I think what I'd love most of all from my deck is Trusted Pegasus. Allows me to turn Storev into a flyer, and therefore we can basically have free reign of our entire graveyard at that point. Gonna bounce my permanent and a mass. And then swings with Tolsimir. So we could use the Divine Arrow to kill it, so that he stops attacking him with this 3/3. He really wants it to die. I don't think that actually means anything, except for the fact that we have a 2/2 left over. I think what I want to do is just Divine Arrow this thing, though. That way I've still got a 5/5 that Mowu is having troubles with. And Storev coming back down. Battlefield Promotion is really solid with the Conjurant, actually, because it gives it first strike, and therefore, if we kill a creature with it, no damage is dealt to Conjurant, and therefore no counters are removed. Also turns it into a 6/6 as well. When it enters the battlefield, you may return a non-land permanent you control to its owner's hand. If you do, it becomes a 1/1 counter on it. So you bounce Pollenbright Druid, who then proliferates. Oh my god, that's sick. Yep. That's a sick combo right there. I think we'll lose to that. So Mowu actually puts 2 counters on himself. Look at that thick boy. This is a hound with abs. Oh yes. No, no, no. Come back in. Come in. Come in. He's friendly over here. God dang it. Alright, fine. Have it your way. Tolsimir needs 1 green mana. Can't really fight anything worthwhile though. Can take down the amass token, I suppose. Alright, let's do Snare Spinner, I think. That allows me to block this Rescuer Sphinx with the promotion, which is really nice. And yeah, I guess we pass. We're 7/7 with Vigilance is very, very annoying. Oh my god, it gets worse and worse. This is a proliferate deck doing its thing. So that now puts the Sphinx out of range of my battlefield promotion. Good god. Yeah, we can't keep up with this. This is too much. How do I even fight this at this point? No blocks. Vigilance as well is just disgusting. This is an uncommon? Good god. Alright. Band together. Well, it's a little too late, unfortunately. We can fight the Rescuer Sphinx using Storev and Conjurant. But then there's a 9/9 Mowu over there with Trample, and we have nothing for that, unfortunately. I suppose we have Leyline Prowler and Promotion to give First Strike and Death Touch. We still need to deal with that, so I need, what, 3, 6, 7, 8 mana? 3, 6. Don't have enough mana to do Prowler plus Promotion plus Band together, so I guess I could do Prowler and then pass. Use Snare Spinner to block the Rescuer Sphinx. And that's an unblockable creature that kills me. So this just keeps on getting worse. And the Alpha Strike. Alright, well. I can do this. Block there. No damage is dealt. Block there. Yeah, we almost got there. But now we take 3. Womp womp. Yeah, my opponent nut drawed us to death. Down to 1. Lose nearly my entire board. That doesn't work, does it? He needed a 2-power creature and I would have wiped his board. Maybe we can have a gotcha situation. If he blocks here. Dang it. 3 for 5. I'm 2 mana short of doing Band Together and Massacre Girl. Frig! If he'd blocked there, that would have put him on the 2-power creature and that would have wiped his board and we'd have maybe even won that game. Ah, so close. And that's why we run Massacre Girl. Angrath. That's not going to do it. I can kind of Tolsimir, but it's not enough. Yeah, you got us on every single angle. 1 block away from victory. Dang it. God, that would have been great, but not meant to be. Okay, we got Golgari Colors. Leyline Prowler fixes that. Snare Spinner on 2, Prowler on 3, Populous on 4. I think, yeah, it's fine, really. I could do with a white source just so that I don't have to rely on the Prowler, but I don't think I mind. Okay. Law Rune Enforcer. Tap a creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. Damn, that's good. Alright. Yeah, it's basically all of my creatures in one. God damn. Yeah, tappers in this format are Pretty ridiculous. Now, Ugin's Conjurant technically has converted mana cost 0, so we can get around the Enforcer in that regard, but it's not really getting around it all that much. Might as well see if I can get in with the Enforcer. He's gonna tap me. Gonna tap me. Alright. Well, we play the Prowler. And we pass. Yeah, just seeing if I could get 1 point in. Maybe they were afraid of a combat trick and therefore they would let the 1 point through. Or they'd just forget that their Enforcer should be doing some tapping. That's going to be a major problem for us, though. Obnixious Cruelty. Absolutely disgustingly good removal there. Okay, well, I can swing in. And now, unfortunately, they've removed my white source, so I can't play the Populace. I could do a 4/4 Ugin's Conjurant. Suppose that's not too bad. Can't tap it. Yeah, the fact that this exiles as well means that even like playing a wide celebration, if I get to it, I can't even bring back my Prowler, which is like superb value. I was hoping to like ghost form it as well, so that we could have a Death Toucher that comes back when it dies. So a free kill essentially on any block or attack. White source, please. Honestly, working towards the celebration isn't the worst thing. Sweet. Yeah, let's... I guess I should probably do the Populace first in case they have Divine Arrow or whatever. I think there's a Gideon's version of it as well. Trying to tap. It's not how that works. Converted mana cost is 0, my friend. Okay. Down to 15. God damn, the hidden power. So unfortunately, Ghost Form is pretty pathetic on the Conjurant. It brings it back as a 0/0. We don't really want that. I could stick it on the Populace, but I feel like something like Tolsimir or one of our Planeswalkers is just a better applicant for the Ghost Form. What's the ordering on this, by the way? Oh, there isn't actually a way of putting counters on creatures. Yeah. I was hoping there'd be like put a counter on a creature above the proliferate, because then the way the card works, it works its way from top to bottom on this. So we're almost at the Plane-wide celebration. For what it's worth. Opponent going to tap down Populace. Yeah, well. I could do this swing. I don't think I want to do that swing in particular, though. I could encourage my opponent to let 1 point through. But this way it forces them, if they want to get through any kind of damage, to actually use their Enforcer. Not that it really matters, we're at 19, maybe I should just be making that push, but they also just block and it does nothing. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say I don't let anything slip through the cracks.
Welp.
Other than myself, of course.
That's a badass card. And guess what? I can't bring any permanents from my graveyard to my hand. Yay! Well, let's just make let's make some dudes. Look at those! Aren't they cool? Alright. You -3. Yeah, it doesn't really do much for me, unfortunately. Alright. So, Kaya can kill my Populace. I could Ghost Form it next turn, but likelihood is that Kaya gets some action in here right now, so don't really have the opportunity to do so.
Watch your back from hideout.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have the Populace around, because then we could Ghost Form it, and then any of these creatures that are dying pumps that creature up. This is pretty sweet, though, having 4 2/2s. To just go right through my opponent. They can't use Kyra anymore. Hexproof is irrelevant, though, with this card around, so my Crocodile, my 5/3, doesn't really do much. And yay, we have a land! Awesome. Coming at ya. So they take 7 if they double block. They could have tapped my snare spinner, but I'm guessing they don't want to really do that. Oh, just noticed Khan's Bastion over here. Ugh. It's going to take him some time of not doing anything to get towards Kaya being able to exile again, though. So, just a block and a normal block. Could see a pump spell perhaps here. But they're taking 6 right now, which is half their life total, so it's pretty good. Going looting. God, they can proliferate right now by doing nothing. Yeah, they're at 5 though. Might as well play the planes, other than Davriel, I guess. Could make me discard Ghost Form, but it's not serving me any purpose right now. I guess neither is having extra mana. We can cast everything in our deck anyway, so I'll play around Davriel or any just target opponent discards a card kind of effects. So what do they do now? They must have a permanent, surely. Sorin! Oh no! Sorin can't minus, but he can tick up and take them to 6, give lifelink to their creatures on their turn. But the lifelink on their turn's not relevant. 3 mana left in Azorius colours. Could be bounce. Bounce Amass is a thing. And it's as good as removal against our tokens. Massacre Girl. Last thing I want, to be honest. Alright. Coming at you, opponent. They might see a double block here, because Sorin can minus and get back creatures. And currently there is none in the graveyard for them to minus on. At their life total, though, it might just be better for them to tick up. Yeah, they're going straight to blockers. Taking 5. Losing the Enforcer potentially here. Looks like the case. Yeah, they're going to go looting with Visionary. They can discard a creature and then tick down with Sorin next turn. So that's kind of a little combo. But then they don't get to tick up and gain with Sorin, and they only have the Visionary. So they go with the Amass 3 Sorcery. Alright, they're going to need something real good here. They can technically go to 3, but that is not enough. I imagine Visionary goes digging. So you can minus Sorin for 1. Get another creature. That's 2, 4. They've still got 5 points left to block. They need to block another 3 creatures or have more lifelink.
You belong to me now.
So this isn't enough. Bounces a permanent and makes a blocker. You're still technically dead. But it's going to be really close now. They don't have a loot anymore. Ooh, and we've got an Arlen. Arlen's a good follow-up if we don't have the victory here. I mean, let's just go for it. We can't really be punished too hard by combat tricks, I don't think, but they could have the promotion that gains 2 life and gives them first strike. So that would keep them alive after this block. But yeah, they need to take care of the snare spinner, and they don't have the answer. Exaxes. Alright. I think we're like 4-1 now. Something like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4-1, so 1,400 gems. I've paid 600 gems for 9 packs. 600 gems for 9 packs. Seems good. And what is that? 600 gems. Yeah, I've just netted 3 packs. I like Sealed. Sealed is good. I seem to get value for my money on that one. Draft not so much, because you kind of encourage not to pick rares half of the time, but yeah, pretty good. Let's go for another one. Okay, Abzan colours, and just a Conjurant, so this is gonna have to be a mulligan. We've got a Massacre Go, which could clean up, but it's very situational as to whether it will or not, so... yeah. This one looks okay. I need a white source, but we're on the draw, and we have a Scry. We've got the Wolf, and then into the Bloom Hulk. I'd like a counter before Bloom Hulk. Storev. Really actually do want to play you, but I'm gonna have to put you to the bottom. Or could I get greedy and actually have Storev? If I get any land up until I play this Wolf post Storev, then it's castable and it's pretty good. Greed? I think this is a greedy play. Let's do it. Could regret that. We'll find out. Alright. So, green for our opponent. Green-red. Okay. And our opponent with the Wrangler. We've got a band together, so that's not a land. So far, I'm being punished. But a 2-1. It's probably going to stay a 2-1 if I had to imagine. And it can't be blocked by Arlen's Wolf. Hey, never punished. Alright. Play Arlen's Wolf. I'm pretty sure there's like a Twin Bolt effect. There's a fair few deal 2 damage to a creature spells. I think Jaya's got one as well. I think that one also exiles or something silly like that. It's like bad Lava Axe. I feel like I'm not going to see that from our opponent, but you never know. If they're going to kill it, at least kill it and don't exile it. That's what I want. Take 2. Yes. Fine. Opponent reading the card knows they can't block it. Do they have a... oh no, 3rd land drop. Good God. Alright, well, let's swing with the Wolf. They're hovering their Wrangler like they had something to do with it. It doesn't look like it's the case. Alright, play Storev. 5-4 with Trample is stupid. It's so good. I like Storev. I'm going to try a green-black zombies deck with him in the future.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist yet. But yeah, Storev, 5-4. Pretty decent stats. I'm not going to block with him at all. You cannot make me. And we have the band together now, which can take care of up to an 8 toughness creature, which is pretty silly. Heartfire? Oh boy, is this what punishment looks like? I think I'd just play Massacre Girl on her own. She doesn't kill Arlen's Wolf, and she's a 4-4 with Menace. Yeah. Let's just do it. So we have basically like 2 unblockable creatures here that... get off my screen. Thank you. That if left unattended, it's going to kill them in 2 turns. Expect to see a lot more of this card in the future, but not today. When it dies, put a counter on a creature you control. Yeah. We'll just block that with something. A mass token, maybe. Menace is nice. Double Menace. I like it. So, if the Amass token dies, we lose Angrath, but I'm really just not against that at all, to be honest. I don't think I care. A 4-1's annoying. Let's swing first. And I guess we just go with the Amass.
You're just... if you want it, fight for it.
That could potentially be a 4-4 next turn, if we want it to be, depending on how our opponent ends up attacking. It's probably just going to be that our opponent goes straight after Angrath with the assault team. Two damage to each opponent, okay. But now we have Menace, we have Lethal. All we have to do is keep Angrath alive, and we win. So I'm guessing they're either thinking of killing Angrath, which they die to, or holding back, which they die to band together. because we just kill one creature and then Menace says they need 2 creatures. So, yep. This is a losing play. Unless this is life gain, which I don't think exists. Is like Bond of Flourishing, I think, is about the only thing I can think of. But yeah, Menace. 7 points. Yeah. Yeah, boy. We got it. Alright, what are we at now? We are at 5 and 1. 1,600 gems, so 400 gems for 9 packs now. If I win one more time, it was completely free. If I win again, I netted 200 gems. Alright, one lander. I think we all know where this one's going. Into the trash. Can't be having that. It seems like this deck's been doing stupidly well. It just it goes to show how little I know about Limited. Because I thought this deck was turbo gash. Or at least it was until I started splashing extra colours. I think the white really helped this deck out, to be honest. Yep, mulligan. Green, white, all the uncastable things. Green, black, sorry. Not green, white. But the hand is green, white. So a bit of both. There is a lot wrong with this hand. If we just get lands, it's okay. My opponent hasn't mulled. I'm going to take this one, since we're on the draw with a Scry. And just hope that things like Angrath end up being castable. If I can go 4, 5, 6, that's really good. These two in combination with each other is pretty disgusting. Alright, so rely on our opponent being slow and doing nothing. Or just doing enough that Tolsimir can do some stuff.
Hi, I'm Jiang Yanggu, and this
Alright,
is
Jiang
Mo
Yu. Useless. That's good. We got Bloom, or Angrath into Bloom Hulk, maybe. So we got a 2/5.
my strength.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is pretty good. Alright, so I could do Angrath, make a 2/2 that just basically dies. Or I could just play Bloom Hulk down. I guess I want to play Bloom Hulk after Arlen, because Arlen puts counters on wolves, and Tolsimir makes wolves. So it's kind of like Angrath, Tolsimir, Arlen, Bloom Hulk. That's kind of our play. And I can afford to make a token here.
The only prize I desire is your head.
The menace that Angrath is providing isn't too relevant right now. It will be later, of course, but yeah, we can stick a counter on him, which gives us an extra use out of him. Though it comes at the cost of losing menace. There's a Bloom Hulk. Okay, that's pretty good. So that's giving him an extra counter on a creature, which is going to go on the Hulk. Alright, so unfortunately Tolsimir doesn't really fight anything anymore, which is sad. We could do minus Angrath, potentially get a battlefield promotion combat trick. It leaves me with 3 mana, but we can do Arlen's Wolf for that. We could have Arlen's Wolf getting a counter if we wait. I think that's a bit too sketchy though. Yeah, these guys are just the right amount of out of my range, unfortunately. So, what do we do? I guess we could do Bloom Hulk now. Proliferate my dudes. And then amass, make a 5/5. Does have menace. Doesn't do anything for me though. It trades off Bloom Hulk if we go after like Jiang Yu. I mean, that's worth it though, right? because this is just 2 more creatures. 2 more counters, and then we can't really deal with whatever's left. It's just a shame that we don't have the battlefield promotion, though. Mana-wise. Yeah, I think this is right. Could also be just very, very wrong.
Our journey continues.
That's disturbing. Alright. He also does have the passive as well, which fixes his mana, so maybe I'm kind of hoping that he's maybe 3 colors. And therefore he doesn't have, like, blue or whatever other color he's got. I don't really care about losing Angrath at this point. I think he's done his job for now. And it requires them to double attack me, leaving themselves open. Yep, don't care. We could block here, but it's got a combat trick associated with it, and then we're boned.
Fast. You're on your own.
War Screecher. Alright. So that gives me a Tolsimir fight. Without having to Arlen first. Do we want to do that? This is 6 mana, other creatures you control get +1/+1, so he's far away from doing that. But it does allow me to get in with my creatures. We lose the Voja token, or Voya, whatever, being a 4/4, which on this board isn't really relevant. Or I could just swing, see if he blocks. Work from there. I think I'll swing like this. I want to keep back the token, because then I can promotion, give it first strike, and basically kill anything without losing my own creature. So this could be a 4/3. This is the problem. Just don't know where to place my things. We'll just do the wolf. I want to progress the board, but I also want to hold open the promotion for the blowout. I guess the best thing I could draw now is land. Specifically, plains. Ajani's Pridemate. No way to gain life, though. God, it shouldn't be making that noise. Meow. Ooh, a War Screecher of our own. Alright. Well, is it time? We make a 3/3 with Arlen. We block, block, block. Or block token, actually. Arlen just takes 1. Which is fine, because it doesn't actually matter if she dies, I don't think. And then that'll pump the Tolsimir.
Go, my children. Fight.
Alright. So now Arlen's down. That's the hard part done. Ish. Ish. God, if Jiang Yu had just like got 1 less counter, I think this would have been so much easier for us. So looking to do some trading, it looks like. What happens if I just block with the 3/3 token as opposed to trading? I think we should trade, right? The problem is combat tricks, and then we're not trading. I think I'll chomp. It's as good as just getting our creature back anyway. I think they've got a combat trick though. It's gonna go on this War Screecher. Oh, battlefield promotion.
Heal.
Oh, that's a strong one. That was a strong one. Alright, well. Make a token.
Please protect my back.
Make a land drop. We can have a 4/4 coming in and fighting the Screecher or the Pridemate. I think that's fine. Let's fight the Screecher. Since it's a flyer, has evasion, can potentially get around my stuff. And then as far as swinging's concerned, we don't really have a good attack. We have a few trades here and there. We got the combat trick out of our opponent's hand, which could be its only one. Yeah, I think we just don't attack. I don't know how we get over this, though. I think we need our flyer, our Pegasus. Wanderer's Strike, I suppose, could also do it. Because it relieves some of the pressure that our opponent's putting on us. Another Screecher. And we get some more mana. Well, we can play Screecher. We can actually activate ours. Which is pretty powerful. Other creature control get +1/+1. Puts all of our creatures above theirs, really. And then we've got the promotion to finish it off. We need a plains, though, so we can do that and also put First Strike on a creature. I think it's not necessarily relevant, but I'm sure one of the smaller creatures could trade off with one of our own. Leyland Prowler. Okay, so I think this is just like Alpha Strike time. So let's have a look, see what we've got. We've got a 5/5, a 6/6, a 4/4. Yeah, you see, like the 4/4 could be blocked by the 5/5. This is a 3/6, could just block Arlen's Wolf here and not do too much. It's really sketchy, to be honest. I need another plains before I want to do any of that. We could put down the Leyline Prowler, though. That pretty much keeps them away. Maybe I could do Zombie Army attack in. It basically trades off with all their big stuff at the very least. I think so. Get the pressure on. If they've got a promotion of their own, then we trade. Otherwise, we get one of the big toughness creatures off the board. Huh. Making sure it's gonna die. Okay. Well, let's get Teo's Light Shield out of here. There we go. Not making sure it dies anymore. Hopefully that was worth it. Bit of proliferation, so they got some big dudes again. Oh. Whoa. That's pretty good. We can proliferate 4 times. So these guys get +4/+4. We can also make some tokens as well. I don't think tokens really matter, but I think the 4 proliferates is just going to make our creatures too big to handle. Also, makes more Arlen. More Arlen tokens.
Let nature guide you.
Then we fight the War Screecher with our new token because of Tolsimir. We have 8s, 10s, 7s, and now a War Screecher. And do we want to go any further? I think we don't, because Prowler... Yeah, Prowler will keep the rest of their creatures at bay. That was a superb top deck. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this deck! This deck? 6-1? I have basically sealed for free. It's not even basically. I've literally sealed for free now. 9 packs for nothing. God, this is a good value area. I love it. Love it. Alright, we've got 3 colours. We start the game on turn 3, but we do have some 2 mana removal, which is almost certainly going to kill everything on turns 2 and 3. So, yeah, I think we can take this. I think we can take this. Bloomhulk doesn't really get any value as such, but it is a 4 mana 4/4, so nothing to turn your nose up at, really. And lands to get us to Tolsimir is also fine. Tolsimir has really impressed me in the in this format. It could be just because of that the last game where we were. Oh my god, that's so good! All of the rares for the end game right here. Good stuff. I don't think I want to kill the Wrangler. Maybe I do. I don't think so though. And get him later if he's a problem, but the only reason I'd want to kill it now is so that I could swing in with my Rising Populace, and honestly, I don't really care about doing that. It's not important to me. Alright, so let's just get down the Populace. Won't be doing any fighting, though. No blocking or anything like that. Maybe my opponent kills it, though, because they want to push through. Power to them if they want to do that. Nope. So, if we get a Swamp, we obviously play Storev. Guaranteed. Otherwise, we've got Bloom Hulk as a 4-mana 4/4. I think I just play him as he is. Oh my god. Never punished. Alright. Go Rising Populace. Do your thing. I feel like my opponent's got removal, but they're being stingy with it. Yeah. Oh, they're reading Storev because nobody plays him. It's like Golgari Finebroker every turn. Destroy a creature, ramp. So, removal, Acid Moss. Gotcha. And we get a 3/3. So now Bloom Hulk has some value. We can also Tolsimir and fight the Wrangler if they don't play... Well, even if they do play anything for power and pump him up, I think that's fine as well. Trade off a Wolf token with a Wrangler. That, however, is very much not fine.
I'm the best ghost. I'm gonna make myself scarce.
That is not fine. What do we do about you? I guess we still just play Tolsimir because it has an ETB, leaves me with a creature, kills Wrangler. That's a lot to do. Honestly, yeah, might as well. It's a shame we can't have him out with Arlen again, but this is still really good value. We gain 3 life. We kill a creature. We're left with a 3/3. And Kaya's only got 1 more exile left, so everything else is pretty safe from that point forward. Yeah.
I play by my own here on out. Keeps things interesting.
No, well at least they didn't kill Goodest Boy, so that's okay. Lul is legendary. All dogs are legendary in my eyes. Oh no. Pollenbright can proliferate, I guess. So they're gonna counter on the Taskmaster. We're gonna kill that with a Divine Arrow for sure. So we can do Trusted Pegasus. Yeah, might as well play Trusted Pegasus. And we want to swing in at our opponent's face. Because Kaya right now is not going to do anything unless they proliferate. And they only have 1 card, potentially 2. The card they're pulling from the graveyard isn't going to actually proliferate either, so she's pretty much just off my radar at this point. But I do want to get rid of the Taskmaster because that is a lot of value. And a 3/4 is not easy for me to kill. So let's let this trigger resolve. Do they pay? They do. Alright. I didn't want this Divine Arrow to inform their decision on that one. So now they can't play the Wrangler. Vraska's Finisher. Destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. Well, that doesn't work. Alright, so swing at you for 5. Alexa, stop. Play Paradise Druid. I guess we play Bloom Hulk as well. Get the pressure on. There's nothing to proliferate. Now we have 6 power in the air. We still had the 2-turn clock, but maybe going in with the 4/4 is just gonna change things later down the line if they have some removal or something. I mean, if they've got Massacre Girl, we all lose our creatures and they're left with a 4/4. So that's pretty grim. But that's a rare you don't see very often, so I'm not going to play around Massacre Girl. I guess if I've got a way of putting a counter on a creature, I mean, even doing it on Paradise Druid, their Pollen Bright Druid here, as a 1/1 triggers Massacre Girl. So all of the 2/2s aren't safe, and therefore I need to deal with Vraska's Finisher at that point, and Trusted Pegasus, and that's not going to happen, so there is no way to play around Massacre Girl except for holding creatures in hand. Which we could do, but I feel like pushing the advantage on my opponent is probably going to be a little bit better. Depends on what we get off the top, I suppose. I think, like, Angrath is really good. Band together as a bit of removal is probably going to be good. Kaya's Ghost form could actually... Ooh. Okay, Spark Harvest. So sacrificing a creature to kill my Bloom Hulk. But that's not really the problem, because I still have this 2-turn clock. So they need another removal spell or a flyer. 2, 4, 6, 7. Plane-wide Celebration would be disgusting. Just make loads of citizens. Okay. Tough decision for them there. That's a very odd attack. Because now I can just make the Paradise Druid a flyer. But I guess I don't really want to do that, because I still want this 2-turn clock. I could offer the trade. The hexproof for it being untapped is irrelevant because of Kaya. So I offer the trade and they're left with a Wrangler. They want to block is the thing. Yeah, I guess so. Just offer the trade. Make you a flyer. And they need removal or bust now. So, offering that trade as well means if they have another Spark Harvest, I guess it's 5 mana removal, so they could do that. But if it's mana problems that they're going to struggle with, then the sacrifice of creature is going to leave them with nothing. And yeah, they just need life gain or removal for either of these two here to survive at the very least. And they've used Kaya up now, so unless they can proliferate a lot. Is there anything that wins me the game even through removal or a flyer? Wanderer's Strike wins me it through a flyer. So does Angrath, because we get Menace. I don't think there's anything that straight up wins me the game, though. I don't have any pump spells other than Promotion, which is just a +1/+1 counter. Challenger Troll. That won't do it. And we win. We drew a land, but you can't really argue with victory. Have you got a 1 black spell? No, you don't. Alright. We win. And, guess what, chat? My first sealed in 3 months. The last time I played was the last time I recorded for you, so I think that was 3 months ago. No, it must have been 6 months ago, actually, because the last one for pre-release was Traditional Draft, and I never recorded that. Yeah, I haven't played sealed in 6 months. Draft in 3. And we went 7-1. So, netting 200 gems, 9 packs. Pretty good. The 9 packs, of course, we opened, so you already know the rares I got for that one, but we got 3 more packs, so let's go have a look what we got, shall we? Let's have a look-see. So, yep, Kaya, the bane of my existence. She almost killed me a few times. Same for the Skulker there as well. Stealth mission never really hurt us, but I can see how it would. Basically just breaks any stone wall kind of effect. Bolt Bend seems useless completely. It's sideboard tech at best. 1/1 for 1 that has first strike and a masses 1. Could be okay. If you can take advantage of the amass, I suppose. And Unlikely Aid has got some sick art, but I'm not sure if it's all that good. But Ilhag, yes! Alright, I'm very happy. Already this is a victory for us. Ilhag, 5 mana 6/6 with trample. When it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. And when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you get to put it third from the top into your deck. It's a super sweet card. I don't think it's broken necessarily, but there are a lot of combos, like bringing Galter in on turn 6, swinging at you. It's a lot of damage. You can also do a Ravager Worm as well, which makes the creature ETB fight as it enters, so getting rid of blockers and then bouncing it so you can redo it. Solid stuff, but yeah, the fact that it doesn't have haste is probably the one thing that's holding that card back. Other than that, though, it's sick, and I do want to make an Ilhag deck at some point. Ashiok, Sweet Mill, Spark Harvest could have got us, but it didn't.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
Tamiyo's sick, actually. After being beaten by Self-Mill the other day, I kind of want to build one of my own, and I do need some Tamiyos, so pretty sweet there. And finally, what do we have? Price of Betrayal. Woo. Hey, Khan the Great Creator. That's a fun one. I like this one as well. Something I want to build around at some point. I can't quite get the artifact deck I want to work though, so I'm going to have to find another shell for this card, but it is super sweet. Allows you to Mastermind's Acquisition into your sideboard for just artifacts. Love it. Alright guys, well that is gonna do it for today's episode. I'm sure it's going to be a long one. I think I might include virtually every single match, maybe not all of them, but in the aid of time, I might shorten it down a wee bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more Sealed in the future, let me know, because it's not something that I do every day. I know most of my viewership comes down to kind of constructed only kind of things, but if you're into Sealed, if you're into just limited in general, let me know down in the comment section below, because I'm really interested to know if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff. I'm not the biggest expert in it, so I wouldn't come to me for tutorial tips, but I mean, if I play it long enough, I'm sure I'll be able to master it in no time at all. Who knows? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know down in the comment section below. Before you go though, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as well for some more Sealed in the future. I like to do like a pre-release-esque one every set kind of Sealed thing, so that's always going to happen, but if you want to see more between then, let me know. Other than that guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.